What you're seeing right now are called Bantu knots, and in this video I show you how I did them on my natural 4C hair. Okay, so the original plan was that I was just going to do my natural hair into Bantu knots, but as you can see, it looks like I have kidney beans on my head. Look at that. By the way, welcome back to my channel. My name is Seda, and today I'll be showing you how I do Bantu knots on my medium-ish, not short but not too long 4C hair. So right now I'm just sectioning my hair, then I am going to detangle it with my comb that I'm using, which has a wide tooth, which makes it easier to detangle. And I am just there trying to detangle it. As well as I'm detangling my hair, I'm also applying on moisturizer, which is 100% coconut oil, onto my scalp and my hair. So I'm grabbing my extensions and splitting it into two and then looping it, so I have two strands, and then I'll use my hair that I section as the third strand. I'll use my hair as the third strand to braid it. So here I am trying to have a good grip, making sure once I have a good grip, I am going to braid it all the way to the bottom. Since I am using my hair as the third strand, I'll need to borrow hair from the other two strands to make my hair long like the extensions, so therefore I can braid each strand to the bottom without having to stop midway. As you can see here, I'm almost at the end, and the three strands are exactly the same length. That is due to me borrowing hair from the other two strands to add it to my natural hair to make it longer. I hope that makes sense. So now I'm almost at the bottom. Now I'm done, and then now I'm just gonna wrap it in a circle, kind of in a spiral, and that is basically your Bantu knot. And here I didn't do a good job, so I'm gonna redo it, making sure that it is decent. And when you're creating your Bantu knots, you want to make sure it is not too tight, not too loose, because if it is too loose, it'll come undone, and if it's too tight, it will hurt. So you want to make sure you kind of have like basically find the balance between not too tight, not too loose, so that it stays on. And now I am doing the third braid. I'm doing the same thing I did to the previous one. So I just grabbed my extensions, and then I'm going to use the two strands plus my natural hair to braid. You can't see clearly, but I am here borrowing hair from one of the sections and adding it to my natural hair, and I'll continue to do that, and I'm doing it again right now. As you can see, I'm just taking a bit of hair and then adding it to my natural hair. to make sure that all the strands are the same length and that they're even, so that when I braid it to the bottom, it looks nice and is even, and it's basically the same length. And now I am just wrapping it up again, creating my Bantu knot, making sure it's not too tight, not too loose, so that it doesn't hurt as well as it doesn't come undone on its own. And I'm just gonna keep on wrapping it until there is no hair left. And there you go. Those are my first 3 Bantu knots. The lines are not the best, but I am actually proud of it. And now I am just sectioning my whole head. I should have done this in the beginning, but I did not because I had an original plan, had to revise and replan everything. So here I am just creating my sections again. As you're watching me section my hair, here is a fun fact about Bantu knots. Bantu knots were created by the Zulu people who live in southern Africa, and I found that on Google. You can literally go on Google, search a Bantu knots, and it will pop up. It's the first thing that pops up, and I thought that was cool, and I wanted to share in case you didn't know. Now you know. And if you want to find out more, literally just go on Google, search it up. You'll find out tons of stuff. So I am doing the same thing to the 3 sections, to the rest of the sections I've created. I am just taking like extensions, then using my natural hair as the 3rd strands, and then when I get to a certain point I'll borrow my hair, and then after that I'll wrap it up into the Bantu knot, and that is it. and I am done braiding my hair with the extensions, and now I am just wrapping up the braid. As you can see, that one is kind of bad, so I'm just gonna undo the whole thing and then try again, and basically just get that right between not too tight and not too loose so that it stays and it doesn't hurt. By the way, I just want to say that I have 11 braids, well, 11 sections, so 11 bantu knots, because these are really jumbo. Yeah. Here it is, the bantu knots I created. I'm actually proud of myself. They don't look bad. The only problem is the sectioning. The lines are not straight. It kind of looks bad, but from far away you would have noticed. And the sections, I could have definitely made them smaller, especially the two big ones in the middle. I could have cut that in half, but I didn't have enough extensions, so I had to do what I had to do. But for sure, next time for to do this, I'll do it smaller and I'll create the sections neater. But other than that, I'm actually pretty happy with the results. They do not look bad, especially from this distance. I decided to add a twist to the bantu knots I created by adding these looms, that color, exact color, on all 11 braids. And I added three looms on the front ones, and then for the rest I only added two. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just placing them on. So as you can see, I'm just placing one and then two kind of at an angle, the yeah, at an angle, creating an X sort of. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like those strings you put on extensions, you know, when you have on box braids or like knotless box braids. And I think it added just a nice touch to it, especially with the gold color, like the gold and the black. It makes it chef's kiss. I love it. That is the final result with some earrings, edges done, and a nice top on. What do you think? Rate it out of 10 in the comments to let me know. And that wraps up the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and see you in my next video.